Perfect.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 3-Star Podcast, our first recorded podcast during this lockdown quarantine period that we are currently in. How's everyone doing?
How you doing, Miles? Hello, everyone. Yes, what a difference a few weeks can make, hey guys. So we're all locked down, so we're coming live from our living rooms, bedrooms, made-up work offices. Rich, you're looking good as usual. Using a new moisturiser, I see.
I'm actually on Endor, the forest moon of Endor, with my Ewok friends, just looking at the Death Star. So the Death Star might blow up at any time. Okay, so just be aware of that. Spoilers.
As soon as this is done, I'm heading into the caves behind me to go find myself a magical lamp.
And I'm hanging with my boys, Rick and Morty. I hear the new episodes are coming out soon for the rest of season 4 or 5. So I like the fact that we've all personalised our backgrounds a little bit. That's sweet. Well, I don't know where to start,
Sean,
really, but
let's not forget. Joined as always, we are joined by the amazing Susie Smith. So we're all gonna
Working
wave
away in the
for
background
Susie.
there.
She's on level 14 of the Death Star. Her office window's just there. She's got a lovely view.
She's currently working away hard in the background, and also making sure that we stay on topic.
Yeah, talking about working hard at the minute. Difference a few weeks can make. How are you kind of like, what have you made of this quarantine lockdown? First of all, I think we all agree by saying we hope that everyone who's listening's families are well and safe. That's become the kind of mandatory greeting and farewell of any video call that I've been on. I hope everyone's well and stay safe at the end. But how did it roll out for you guys?
For me, I followed the social media way, so I saw it all kicking off in China first, and then a few cases of it coming overseas, and then next thing you know, I'm not allowed to leave my house.
Yeah.
It all came very quick, very sudden. And what didn't help, I don't know if you guys received any of these, but like Facebook messages, WhatsApp messages, DMs off people saying, my uncle's cousin's best friend's next door neighbor's dog walker's business partner's girlfriend works for the army or works for the Queen or works for someone, and they've told me that this is happening. So I feel like I'm not the only person that has just been lost in what actually is going on.
I mean, it's been like 3 or 4 weeks now. I had a brief period where I had to self-isolate because I'd come in contact with someone that had got coronavirus very early on, and I just got told, oh, you need to self-isolate. Okay, that's not a problem. Work from home a lot anyway. But then it kind of, for it to turn into this nation or global wide lockdown, it's just unreal. And I know we're in the 3rd, 4th week of it now, and a lot of people are kind of used to it, but I still cannot believe the fact that we are not supposed to be leaving our homes, that we are not allowed to do anything. Like, businesses are shut, and it's just, even 4 weeks in now, it's still mind-blowing for me to just think of how crazy that is, but a great reality check as well.
But look, the majority of people are following the rules. They're following the government guidelines, and if you do that, it's the best chance for absolutely everybody. I think there's a lot of compassion out there for each other. When you see people out on your one bit of exercise a day, there's a few nods, there's a few hellos, at a distance. And it's a bit surreal, but it kind of gives me faith in humanity that there's still a lot of really good people out there.
Yeah, I'm hoping as well that it becomes a little bit of the togetherness. I think people are doing more for each other now and a bit more mindful of each other. So you have to look for the silver linings on everything. And as crazy as it is, and I just cannot believe it, and I'm hoping the world is a better place when this is all over.
Well, we're not getting back to normal, we're getting back to the new normal. And even
Yeah,
better,
the new
shiny
normal.
version. Yeah.
It's gonna be an introvert, because we're going to be spending 3 or 4 months avoiding people.
Yeah.
When you think about it, we're spending about up to 3 months avoiding people, and then when it goes back to quote unquote normal, everyone is just going to get thrown straight back in. Everyone's all back at work, and I feel like this is when you're going to realise just what personal space is.
Oh yeah, I always remember.
normal.
I always remember when I was in my school or college days, and we did something around like personal space across nations, and it differs. So kind of like one culture might get a little bit intruded if you're really close, or you have to be further away. And now in Europe we are quite close together as people and stuff. And now I was actually thinking about that. Hello.
Or wasn't that just your teacher's way of basically getting you to learn about personal hygiene, and they just dressed it up so they didn't offend you directly?
Well, they made many attempts before that, and maybe this was the one that made it resonate with me a little bit more. But I think the new norm, as you said, Rich, is going to be very interesting, and all this kind of like being far away from people and stuff. It's crazy to go to a supermarket and see people not dare to go down an aisle when there's another person there, and I'm conforming with what other people are doing, even though I don't know, and then I'm kind of sensitive in other areas. Absolutely manic. But I think a good tie-in to what we do and this kind of messages that we throw out on this podcast is something that I spoke to Miles about before. Imagine if we were in this situation in 1995. So I know in previous episodes we've talked about when we first had the internet, and we've laughed and we've giggled, and we've kind of really enjoyed kind of going a bit of nostalgia about old tech and stuff. But imagine going through lockdown without these and without the capabilities of these, because
Hell yeah.
Right now we're all together. Right now, I mean, Rich, Miles, I've spoken to you guys daily since it, so we're all up to date with each other and things. Work, we've just moved over to a digital forum. My TV's right there with all the content that I want. And I just think, imagine if we didn't have the power of the internet and the power of the tech that we've got these days.
Yeah, you got to focus on the stuff that you feel makes us feel like we're lucky and a bit blessed, even though such terrible things are going on. You have to cling on. There's little bits of diamond that are sparkling out the coalface.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, and just getting used to a new norm in daily life and a new way that we do things. I do love the fact that everyone that seems to be on my in my local area now are all of a sudden joggers, avid joggers. So I can go out on my balcony and just see, there on your normal jog again. But I think it's interesting the way a few things, kind of like the way that tech's helping us now with that kind of well-being piece. Everyone's a little bit more sensitive to well-being, and I'm interested to see what you guys think of it, because I'm doing a little bit of the fitness thing at home. It's kind of invigorated me a little bit to kind of be a bit more aware of being healthy. Are you guys doing anything crazy, or have you opened up Samsung Health? Have you done any together challenges yet?
I brought a bike.
Oh, you've bought a push bike, yeah? Interesting.
Push bike. Yeah, not a mobile. Yeah, I brought myself a push bike. I told myself, you know what? Because I tried jogging. I think I jogged 3 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this. It was. I know you get better with time, but I'm impatient after the 3rd jog and realised I live in quite a hilly area. I was like, no. So in my head, I told myself, if I live in a hilly area, I can just get a bike and it'll just be downhill to go home, forgetting that wherever
you got to get uphill first.
There is an uphill. So I went on my first long bike ride over the weekend, hit the canals and went everywhere, and it was nice just to get out. I need to get out. The 2 things that are keeping me sane at the minute is being able to get out the house and being able to contact friends and family.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit like a cat, where if you tell me to go out, I don't want to go out. If you tell me I've got to stay in, I want to go out. If you put me outside the front door, I immediately want to come back inside again. So yeah, classical introvert. I haven't bought a bike. I might buy a unicycle. And I've been promising myself to learn unicycle for a long time. I think that fits with my tweed jacket wearing lifestyle.
Well, if you're going to do that, I'm buying a penny farthing, is it called?
Oh.
and I'm going to make the journey down from Walsall all the way down to Folkestone.
Yeah. Down the
On a big
round the
penny
M25.
Yeah.
Well, if Miles comes on his new whatever it is, Rally Bomber, whatever he's bought, and or I imagine it's a BMX actually, and then Susie can come on a balance board.
Yeah, I think Miles has got a Rally Wisp.
And
a Rally Wisp, and Susie's got a Segway, definitely.
Susie's got an off-road military grade Segway. Yeah.
We'll all meet up. Have you noticed that with this going on, and I don't know what your social media feeds are like, but so many people are doing really good things, like creating so much content these days, a lot around fitness and well-being. I love that Joe Wicks idea. I haven't done any of his workouts, I'll have to say, but they look fun. You guys checked any of those out?
Not personally, no.
I've seen Joe Wicks.
Straight up from Rich. Rich is like,
I got a 3-year-old daughter. I get enough exercise. I'm fine.
True though, yeah, very true.
I've seen a few Joe Wickses. But I much prefer like what my friends or what other PTs are doing on like Instagram and Facebook Live with their PT sessions. Only because Joe Wicks is very child based.
Yeah.
So it's to keep the kids active. But I was speaking to one of my nephews, and I was like, "You doing this Joe Wicks?" He's like, "Yeah, but Mum keeps making me do it every day." I'm like, "What's wrong with that?" He's like, "At school, I only did PE twice a week," and I was like, that logic there, you're gonna get far. You are gonna get far.
Valid point. To be fair, yeah. I
had no response.
Yeah. I went for I noticed everyone's doing a 5k challenge at the minute, and I used to run 5k quite very regularly. And always see it as a little bit of a personal challenge. Now everyone's on it. I'm lacking the motivation to run the 5k because I remember how far that is. So if anyone's out there kind of looking, I've just got to run 5k as part of this challenge, you might want to do a bit of a warm-up and a bit of preparation first, because 5 is a low number compared to the numbers that come after it and going into infinity. But 5k, 5 kilometers, is a very long distance. So good luck with all that, guys.
I've done 10k once. Took me about 3.5 years to recover. So yeah, never again.
Joe.
My physique is not designed to move quickly in any direction at any time. So no, I got total respect for anybody who can do it regularly. Yeah. That's just crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I do love it. I think everyone right now, the thing that I'm taking away from this is how creative people are being with their day-to-day lives. I'm sure, and the content that's being created right now. I love kind of like, for example, Wagamama's, one of my favourite restaurants, right? And they're releasing all of their recipes, they're doing cook-alongs and things like that. And I'm like, this is really cool. This is engagement now on another level. They might not be able to sell, but they can definitely engage. And you know what? It keeps us busy as well, because we spend a lot more time socialising than what we realise, and a lot more time outdoors than what we realise. And now that we're all indoors, we've got a lot of time on our hands once the working day is over. So to see all these companies, individuals, everyone's just doing their own little thing. And you know what? As I said earlier, it's all through this. You've got yourself a mobile, you got yourself a phone, and you can create and really express yourself that way. And I read something really, really interesting, which was there was 2 massive pandemics before, which were the Spanish flu, I think it was, in 1918. And in 1920, when that was all over, it was basically the swinging 20, I forget what it's called now, the something 20s, like where everyone was really creative.
The roaring 20s.
The roaring 20s. The kind of the weight off the shoulders a little bit more. And then after the World War II, the 60s, where I think it's a bit more closer. We were a bit more kind of familiar with what was going on there. You know, the swinging 60s, and people having a great time, a lot of creation, a lot of artistic kind of development. So maybe this will be the big influencer for that. And then we've got social media, when we all have our own platforms and these in our pockets. I think it's a great time to be alive. Dare I say?
You're right, mate. I'm actually finding that. Don't know if you can see that. Oh, you can just about to see it. Yeah. Tablet. I haven't used a tablet a huge amount over the last few like last couple of years, really. I've always used it off and on. But like you said about having your TV with all the content, now I've got Disney Plus and I've got it on my phone and on my tablet. When I get the chance and I get a bit of downtime, actually sitting there, I've got my tablet on a little stand, I've got my 10.1 inch screen, it's a real luxury. So I love it on my phone, but I'm actually kind of falling in love with my tablet all over again now.
You're right. Hit the nail on the head there, because I've got mine right here as well, and haven't really used it massively in the past because the phones are so powerful and just suit me in the way that I consume content or the way that I work. But now, kind of, they're coming into a bit of a. They come into their own kind of show their own category, really, and their own uses. What usages? What about yourself, Miles? Any tech kind of discoveries or any purchases or anything along those lines?
My eyes keep drifting off purely just to give everyone a bit. This is the benefits of working from home, guys. It's like when you see those CNN news presenters. My daughter Mila has climbed up onto something, and she's now just messing with all my charging wires. My tablet that's currently on charge and my Galaxy Watch charger. Mila, you want to put it down?
So we could lose you anytime.
And your patience did it.
If you just see this, that's me. That's me darting over to my daughter because she's either going to put live electrics in her mouth or she's about to fall.
Yeah. If you need to do daddy duties at any stage, mate, I'm sure all the viewers and listeners will give you the right to do it.
If I go over there, she's not going to learn. If she falls and hurts herself, she may learn, and her mum's not here, so I won't get in trouble either.
Parenting 101.
But no.
Miles, I got one for you, mate. So what Sean was saying about tablets and whatever, and this is for me and you to talk about quickly to explain to Sean how it works or what it feels like. So you might not know, but me and Miles do live with someone. We actually have a partner. We've got someone who loves us in this world, which is really quite nice. So we can sit in bed with our loved ones and be surrounded by love and family, and we can enjoy the tablet because it's good for sharing. I'm just trying to think, how do we explain that to Sean? Really, I don't know.
The loving touch of another human being. That is it.
Yeah.
I haven't touched another human being in weeks, but boy, am I going to make up for it. And secondly,
walking down the street, poking people and stroking faces.
Exactly. And secondly, do you know what? Like my brother, obviously, with 3 kids running around, I video call him, and it's absolutely crazy. And then I just turn off that video call, and I just look around, and I'm like, this is quite blissful, actually. I've got it quite easily. So I don't know whether this is where I should be missing the fact that I've not got a lovely family in the white picket fence and stuff right now, or whether I'm just like, the joke's on them. I don't know. But, at least we're all surviving. But Rich, you did mention something that I want to kind of like backtrack on. You mentioned a recent discovery of mine, and I've got a few kind of revelations to make on the podcast, if I may, being as I normally get stick from the comments. You mentioned Disney Plus. You both. I know Miles has signed up for it. I've had this discussion with a few times, but you've had it as well. Wicked. Yeah. Well, I also have Disney Plus, and you'll be glad to know that. First of all, for the first time on the 3-Star podcast, I can announce I have finished the Avengers.
What?
And watched them all. Yes. So that was my go-to. I was picking up just from Doctor Strange, and then all of a sudden I watched that, and then I really like it. Really love Doctor Strange. I think I'm shocked that I haven't heard more about that before as like a non-comic book reader and things like this. But Doctor Strange, I was like, wow, this must be a new character, but so good. And then I just fell in love with it again and completely binged right up until Endgame. And I just want to say, a year late, I believe, because it was April last year when it came out, that wow. I just really want to say wow. As I've explained before on the podcast, I was privy to the big kind of
spoilers
news from Endgame.
The snapping.
The build-up. The snapping, but nonetheless, it was absolutely fantastic. So, to all you people making comments in there, Sean, you haven't even watched this. Well, there you go. I am a fully pledged Avengers or Marvel up to date now.
Wow.
And as I have Disney Plus, I am thinking about moving on to a real life, I presume you put it, and Star Wars. But I need a little bit of guidance. And this one does cause a bit of debate. And guys, please give me your recommendations as well in the comments, because even though he's got a Star Wars background, he's got multiple masks. I mean, really, what does Rich know when it comes to Star Wars, right? So give me your opinions. But Rich, what would you recommend? How do I do this? Because when I click on Disney Plus, I click on Star Wars, and there's like, I think it's like 13 films, some shorts, some animated stuff as well. What have I got to do here? All right, give me an outline. You know what? I promise you, I will follow your word.
Normally, my advice would be slightly different, but this is Star Wars lockdown advice, right? Because you say you're going to watch the whole lot, I would advise you start with episode 1. Okay. Phantom Menace, right? And you work from episode 1. And you go through, but you got to go in proper Star Wars dates order, not the dates that were released. So normally you'd start from New Hope.
I'm just getting the Disney app up now, so I can follow this. Okay, so if I click on Star Wars, which has got its own category. Series, movies, shorts and specials, the Darth Vader collection, Star Wars through the years. Where am I starting? Movies, I presume. Ooh. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Yes.
So start from Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
Then you go New Hope, Empire, Jedi, and there's a big but in here. You've also got Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, but 8, 7, 8, 9. But you've got Solo, the standalone film. Was it Solo, a Star Wars story? And you got Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
The best Star Wars movie out of every one
Rogue
of them.
One? Rogue One?
Yes.
You know what? It's very good. It's because it's dark. It's a little bit edgy. It's a bit dark. We won't give it away. But one thing is, Rogue One and Empire, I think, are very much kind of on a par.
Oh, yeah.
If I watch episode 1, 2, and 3, and then this is just going in the order that it's on the Disney Plus app. So Solo, Star Wars after 3, and then Rogue One, and then move on to 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Am I in good stead there?
That's the one. Yes. Yeah. I personally absolutely love episode 9. I know that's going to be controversial, but I love the original Star Wars trilogy, as in 4, 5, and 6. But I really love episode 9, and I'm quite.
What's episode 9?
The Rise of Skywalker.
It's the last one that came out last year. Yeah. I just enjoy it. You know, I just love it. But then you've also got Clone Wars, which is canon as well. So you need to make sure you watch the animated Clone Wars series. You've got the Star Wars Holiday Special, which is absolutely appalling. So just watch that if you're feeling really low and you're crying and you're wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. Watch that, and you'll realise that there's a better life out there for you somewhere.
Okay, well it's now 17. We're on the 19th of April, Sunday the 19th of April. So I'm going to commit to watching the first 3 films at least. Episode 1, 2, and 3 over 2 weeks. I think that's plenty of time, isn't it? So I'm going to commit to that, and I'll give you the newbie guide to Star Wars review on our next episode. And I'm going to be very honest about it. There'll be no feelings spared, okay? I'm going to let you know whether it's great or whether I'm done with it and tapping out. So, done Avengers.
See,
I'm on to Star Wars.
For that reason, Rich, this is why I feel like he should go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Because it's the same thing I said to Sean when he asked about Avengers. I always say, if you're going to watch Avengers, watch it in release order, not in the actual order that the timelines are set. I'd say the same thing with Star Wars.
How about a compromise? How about we agree that we force Sean to watch 4, 5, 6, then watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he gets 2 doses of 4, 5, 6.
But am I going to understand the story that way? 4, 5, 6. Am I going to understand the story if I go back to 1, 2, 3? Is that like a prologue? 4, 5, 6,
you can easily jump to the other trilogies. But so I get in terms of value, like my argument was,
I'm giving it
going to have chance.
This
I'll
is
give
my
you a different
Star
hand
Wars
signal.
pledge. This
My
is
hand
my
signal's
Star
gonna be
Wars
different to that.
pledge.
Star
Beam me
Wars
up,
pledge.
Scotty.
Let's
I
have your Star
cannot
Wars
wait.
pledge.
I
can
know,
keep that,
beyond
mate.
that mask. I know, beyond that mask, he is fuming, right? Okay? And promise. Here's another one. In fact, I promise I will get it done before International Star Trek Day, May the 4th. I'll have them all
Very
watched,
funny.
okay?
Yeah, very funny. Yeah. Very funny.
Oh, a bit of banter. So yeah, my consuming content, whether it's your mobile phone, whether it's your tablet, what a great time to be. If we're going to be locked down, the situation's as good as it could ever be, right? I don't think we'd cope otherwise. And just enjoying a lot of content. I'm kind of gaming a bit on my mobile as well. I'm actually enjoying that. And people are just creating, and I love the fact that people that you wouldn't even recognise that we follow on social media, or friends of friends of friends, and you can click on their social media and they're kind of like being really ambitious and creative. I love that. So I really think it's a create and consume kind of dream at the moment. Anything that sticks out to you guys in particular? I know you mentioned Disney Plus there, Rich. Good shout.
Well, the last thing on Disney Plus I want to say is, and it works across loads of different, like Netflix and Amazon Video and stuff like that. It's the fact that, and I'm loving it because we're going from, let's be really, okay, let's be blunt and be slightly gross here, okay? You might go from, starting to watch a film, say, in the kitchen while you're making a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in the morning. So I'm watching something like a documentary or a film on my phone.
Yeah.
I then go, I need to go to the toilet. So I'll take my tablet into the toilet and I'll open it up and I'll just be able to carry on exactly where I was. And then I'll go, boom, put my 4K TV on, bang, carry on. So that kind of seamlessness across the ecosystem is just absolutely brilliant. That's my kind of big thing at the moment.
What about you, Miles?
For me, it's as a big hip hop enthusiast and a hip hop loyalist, I'm loving what is currently happening on Instagram Live. So it started with a beat battle between Swizz Beatz and Timbaland, which is amazing. And then since then, all of these hip hop producers, all of these hip hop artists have just been going, let's go on live and let's do like a beat battle. A really good one that I suggest everyone should watch is earlier this week, it was T-Pain versus Little John.
Oh, two of my favourites.
And I was glued to my screen for all of that. And then Easter Sunday just gone, P. Diddy and his family did, I think it was like an 8.5 hour, 9 hour dance-a-thon, where they were literally on Instagram Live for 8-9 hours, non-stop dancing, and different people were checking them on their live. And I'm talking, you had people like Will Smith was in there, J-Lo went in there, Usher was in there, Drake was in there, Lizzo went in there, Cardi B popped up in there, Kris Jenner, Kylie Jenner. The amount of different people that were just popping in. They would pop in, they would talk to Diddy, and then they would all just start dancing, and then it would keep moving. Awesome. Which is what inspired my little Instagram party.
Yeah, I saw only yesterday a little bit of a Instagram party and solo, which was great. I had a few solo celebrations for our joint birthday day, 20th of March, Miles. Fist bump.
Yep. Boom. Where are you on the screen? You're here on my screen.
I just got to the camera. Yeah. That's going to be a post-production nightmare right there.
Very smooth.
No. But people creating the celebrities. I just think it's amazing. I really love that sort of stuff. I don't watch any normal TV at all anyway, really. But I did flick on a few channels the other day, and even TV shows now have got like guys where they're recording just the same as we are in their living rooms, their dining rooms, their makeshift offices, and it's going out, on national TV. And I just think, look, we're all just kind of at that stage now where we're like, let's just make our kind of usual kind of I expect better production, or I expect some, that's out the window now, and it's more like we're doing the best we can. Okay, we're trying our hardest. So I love that. Yeah, keep.
Even CBeebies, when my daughter watches a bit of that in the morning, even they are doing it from home. You can hear and see they're literally just in their back garden or their living room.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what I mean.
To Miles's point about DJs and all that sort of stuff, has anybody seen DJ Conspiracy in his garden shed spinning some S Club 7 discs?
Of course,
Hey,
I have. Yeah.
DJ Conspiracy. That's my recommendation for 2020.
Everyone check that out. Yeah, so create and consume. I think it's a good time to start, as we start to wrap up. I think creating and consuming, guys, let us know in the comments, what are you creating, what are you doing different? Put a link in there, we'll check it out. We're all interested to see what you guys are doing with the great power of the Samsung devices and the ecosystem, unrivaled and ever expanding. Or what are you consuming, or what should we be consuming? Give us some top tips. The Disney Plus app, for example, has got so many cool kind of programs and shows that I'm going to work my way through. So let us know what you're doing, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button so you can make our kind of 3-star podcast a part of your consumption during lockdown and ever going after that. But any finishing messages to the entire nation and the world, gents?
One last one for you, Sean.
Yeah.
If you don't get through the Star Wars movies for whatever reason, the one thing I would tell you to watch as part of the Star Wars category is The Mandalorian.
I've seen this. I've seen it. I've not watched it. I've seen that it's available to watch. Yeah, so I know what you're referring to.
Yeah,
That's a good show.
Can I watch that
good link to
standalone
the
for you?
Avengers, because you've got Jon Favreau, who does Avengers and does Mandalorian. So
Can I watch the Mandalorian as a standalone thing, or is it part of the? Yeah.
no, it's
totally fine.
there'd be small things in there that you might not like. I'm not going to ruin any scenes, but there's a few things in there where you'd probably think to yourself, why is that so important, or why is everyone acting like this? But that's because you haven't watched the movies. But in terms of getting the whole concept of The Mandalorian and enjoying it, you don't need to watch any of the Star Wars.
I'll be sure to watch it. So I will. Rich, I presume you're just happy that I'm finally getting around to Star Wars, and I'm only doing this because I'm at a very safe distance of a couple of 100 miles away from you. So I would never dare do that. Yeah. So I promise you guys, I'll get on Star Wars. I'll get onto Star Wars, guys. Bios, do you want to give the viewers what they're used to and wrap us up?
Yeah, the last one for everyone out there, please stay safe, stay home, wash your hands, and if there's anything that I can say out there, I'll have to bleep myself. It is Carol Baskin.
That's for the next show, okay?
But thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Like we said, stay at home. Please stay safe, you and your families. I've been Miles.
I've been Sean, as ever, joined with the main man, Rich. Thank you, Susie, as well, integral part of our team. And guys, we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.